And we're back. Dana White Contender Series, Week 2, Season 10. I'm joined by my main man, Millie Mills. It was a crazy week last week, so let's take a quick review to see how we did. We were not able to secure the contract last week, but, this doesn't look as bad as it is. There were some good high points last week. Shouts to our 3Gs. Tommy Bags got us some bags last week, but some low points I would say was the plus 546 parlay. That was really the difference maker for me. I would have made 2 units off of that. Worst decision I've ever seen in my life. But I know a lot of our guys over here at Pub Sports MMA cashed on that one. So that was really the difference between me making money and losing money last week. And my biggest regret from last week was John Kuhneman. But that was Mills trying to tell me, man. He told us. Mills told us. Mills, what was the review for you?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's one of those things, like when you look at the Dana White Contender Series, a lot of these guys came straight from LFA. So I was like, hey, man, I got to stick to my 3Gs, and that's sticking to your guys, man. So, came through a crop chop, a nice little plus money on there. Had Abe Aguilar to win, had him at minus 140 and had him at a plus 130 as well. And I had the over 1.5 in there. So, got that through the window. And then I had the under parlay. With Hassan and Went, that was minus 180. I did lose on Malamba, took a shot on him, and then I lost another parlay that I had the 3 unders in, man. But overall, the fights wasn't the fights that I was expecting. The violence wasn't there. Week 2, we got some violent fighters on this card right here, and a lot of these fighters straight from LFA again. And a lot of these fighters already fought on the Dana White Contender Series once, so they know what to expect this time.
Yeah, we also got to throw a little caveat in there that Mills lives in California and not in a state like New Jersey where Mills could just parlay up, allow Hassan and Anthony Witt both to win inside a distance and round 1 and stuff like that. Mills doesn't have access to that kind of stuff in California, so we do have to throw that caveat in there because I know Mills would definitely play stuff like that. But
100%.
First fight of the night here is going to be a banger. Why is this all switched around? But first fight of the night here is going to be Tanner Trembley versus Roman Pogga here. Featherweight was really the hotbed for prospects last year. 7 featherweights got signed last year, and last week's fight between Tommy Bags and Malamba was definitely fight of the night worthy, and Trembley and Pogga can definitely live up to this one. Striker versus grappler matchup. Pogga being the striker, making his return to MMA after retiring, I believe, in 2019. Questionable level of competition, though. 16-10 combined opponent record. Only half the fighters that he fought had a winning record. Trembley comes from a grappling background, faced a better level of competition, having competed in LFA his whole entire career. Not a complete zero on the feet. He could definitely mix in combinations on the feet, but a little bit sloppy. Threw a light kick in his last fight that got caught and put him in a bad position, but was able to fight through it. All of his fights have been finished wins, and so does Pogga. So one may think, both fighters, both finishers, but styles makes fights, in my opinion. I think this fight drags out over 1.5. I know the totals aren't out yet, but it's one of those ones like we attacked last week. You usually want to bet unders on the Dana White Contender Series, but I could see the over hit in a couple of ways. If Trembley gets the wrestling going, I think this can drag over, and then if Pogga if he's able just to defend the takedowns and just hit him with the pressure and the volume of strikes, I think he could come through maybe in the later rounds. I like the over the most in this fight, but the market kind of seems convinced that Pogga is the man, open up plus 110, now minus 150. Mills, where do you lay on this side of the fence?
Yeah, man. 2 LFA fighters that I'm familiar with, broke them down before. Trembley, explosive fighter, 7-0, 100% finish rate, 7 of his wins, 2 KOs, 5 submissions. A wrestling type of guy, right? And that's what he's gonna go out there for. But he's not that type of dominant wrestler that you're used to seeing out there. And he's not that guy that really is just gonna wow you out there on tape. Now, when you look at Roman Pogga, man, this guy's nice, man. 5-1, nice BJJ, nice boxing background. Hopped out the MMA scene, did some boxing, came back. Reminds me of like a Clay Collar type, you know what I mean, out there in PFL and stuff. Both these guys are good, man. Both these guys fought in the LFA promotion, like I stated. When you look at Roman Pogga, he opened up the underdog. Now he's the favorite in there. Accurate with his strikes, likes to work the body, decent grappling too. And Tanner Trembley, man, 5-0, durable fighter, likes to push you up against the cage, dirty boxing. Not the guy that's gonna wow you on tape. But for me, I like Roman Pugha in there, man, and I got a little shot on him in this spot. Bear with us with the graphics. I don't know what happened this week. I like Roman in this spot.
I like it. I like it, Mills. We get two different sides of the coin, and then we also get a total there. Light heavyweight divisions. The next one, though, Muhammad Ali taking on Alik Lorenz. If you want to see the interview with Alik or Lorenz, it is on the channel here at Pub Sports MMA. But a matchup of Dana White Contender Series alumni. Both had fights last year that didn't go as planned, both getting knocked out in round one. Ali to Iwu Baranuski, and Lorenz, unsurprisingly, to Muhammad Yakayev. Ali was a prospect from the Brazilian regional scene, and you definitely like what you saw on paper. I mean, world-class jiu-jitsu artist with credential wins, good striking, power behind his hands, super athletic from the film that we watched. But questions about his MMA processing, though, like it feels like he doesn't lean towards his best attributes, which is really his grappling. His UFC comparison would be like a Dollar General or a Great Value RoboCop, but I think he does redeem himself here. Lorenz isn't as bad as his Dana White Contender Series performance was, but he does have a good overhand rights and power behind his hands. But his problem is really the reactions towards the punches at this weight class. Like he can get hurt real easily in these fights. Both of his losses to Abbey and Yakayev were both early round knockouts, and it seems like he kind of breaks under strikes early. Concerns about Ali not going towards his grappling, but I think he can win this fight either way. While he doesn't have a submission on his record, I wouldn't just blindly take the knockout here just to fade Lorenz. I would pay up for inside the distance, or safer bet probably be parlay the under 2.5. I think somebody's getting smoked here, and I think it's probably Lorenz. How about you?
Man, so in this one, they got Ali as a big favorite in there, and I don't trust him, man. I just don't trust him at all. This is the thing, man. Both these guys got shots already on the Dana White Contender Series, and both these guys got shot really first early on, man. Now, for me, I think Ali, he's gonna come out here, pressure, but try not to rush too much. Attack the body. Don't headhunt. Because I think Lorenz, man, he's a little tank, and he's going to be coming forward with pressure, man. Training over there at the MMA lab, putting in those hours with reputable fighters, and I think that his game's getting better, man. Taking that fight first time out on the Dana White Contender Series, I think this is going to be one to where a lot of people is going to be parlaying Muhammad Ali and going with that line. He's good too. Nice striking, nice power. The thing that I like is like his knees and his head kicks, he'll throw them and set them up right after a counter, so they're not set up blindly or anything. Top pressure too. His grappling to me is better than his striking. But at that parlay price, I seen other things on there that I like that's better than that. And as a dog shot, man, I think this guy's live, man. Yeah, man. I think Alik Lorenz is live.
I like the breakdown, Mills. We give two different sides of the coin. Make sure you guys check out that interview here at Pub Sports MMA. Next fight, though, is Logan Paxton taking on Christian Perez, another returning Dana White Contender Series alumni. One thing to watch for in Dana White Contender Series is when the odds makers are setting these odds, more often the person that is returning to the show will be lined as the betting odds favorite due to the public's familiarity. Kind of think of the Malamba Tommy Bags fight from last week. Perez returns to the Dana White Contender Series after being up 2 rounds and getting knocked out by Souza in the third. Paxton, a former D1 wrestler at North Dakota State University, trained at Corey Sandhagen's gym in Colorado, has big power behind his hand, 7 out of 10 wins by knockout. And what happens if Perez isn't able to work in those cheeky takedowns like he did in his Dana White Contender Series fight last year? I can kind of see Paxton being first to the punch, land the damage, and getting the knockout here in rounds 2 or 3. I took a little bit of a poke of a stab at it. I like Logan Paxton this week. This is like my underdog at the card this week. How about you?
Man, Christian Perez, combat global type of guy, 14-2. Thing that I like, man, he can finish you all different type of ways. Got knockouts, got submissions. Something that I like, man. Combos, reminds me of Esteban Rubius out there. Likes to put his punches and bunches together, blasting elbows out the pocket, laser cross. Might put your lights out straight like that, Nice little kick arsenal too, man. Likes to work his body. Durable fighter. Seen this guy now in a couple of his fights over there on that scene. Logan Paxton, ain't no punk. 10-1, 5-0, decent power. But the thing that I seen, he been fighting some cans, man, and we ain't talking about them name brand Pepsi cans, man. We talking about them RC Cola knockoff. You could get a soda for 30-cent cans. You know what I mean? So he's gonna have a nice opportunity to get the grappling going. But I like Christian Perez in this spot, man. I got a parlay. This is one leg that I like out there. I think 2 out of the fighters, I think he's the type of fighter that meets the mode of a Dana White Contender Series, put it all on the line type of fight.
Let's move into the next one here. We got Douglas Rodriguez taking on Trent Miller here. Douglas Rodriguez coming in as the biggest favorite of this week's card. Middleweight banger here, as Rodriguez might be the most fun fighter, I feel like, when I was watching the tape coming in this Dana White Contender Series. This will be the Brazilian's first fight stateside, though, fighting in the Apex. He has big power behind his hands. The big question here is the grappling. That would be the path of victory here for Trent Miller, nicknamed the Terminator, but I think he should be terminated, as we saw him fight on last year's Dana White Contender Series, getting demolished in the first round by Ryan Gantra. He's been finished in all 3 career losses, doesn't have any really credential wins himself. Rodriguez, bigger, stronger, more dangerous. We'll be looking for a knockout here in round 1. Long-term trajectory, probably a fade here on Rodriguez, but I think he takes advantage of this matchup and gets the contract here. I got Douglas Rodriguez first round knockout. How about you?
Yeah, man. Lead me right into my next little leg right there. That was my next little leg of the parlay that I like right there. 6-1, 5-0 when it comes to the finish rate. The thing about him that's good, he's a quick fighter. He can strike from either stance out there. And he's going to bring forward pressure out there. He's not going to wait on opponents. So that's the thing. He's not a counter fighter. Trent Miller, man, already had his time out. And this is a guy that, he has good takedowns, good top pressures and scrambles. But I don't think that his type of fighting style is making the mode out here, man. 3-2 in his last 5. Give me Douglas Rodriguez. I get it, man. He ain't got that many fights. But I think this is the guy that's going to probably get bet up in parlay to like a -400 by the fight night.
Yeah, I think this line's going to get ballooned up as the fight week goes along here. But main event, it wouldn't be right if we didn't let Mills break this down. But before we break this down, we got a quick little interview here that we have a clip of. Shouts to Mills for finding this one.
Talk shit and be like, yeah, we'll see. Has fucking backed down and has been fucking demolished. Just wait and see. Bring this energy. Please bring this energy. I need a tough motherfucker. And I know you are, but not really, not in my level. But let me see what you got. I know deep down you're a weak man, mentality and personality. I swear to God, you break down easily. But I hopefully, what you're pursuing right now, the persona you're acting, I hope you're like this. I truly do hope you're like this.
Main event for this week 2, Dana White Contender Series. Namo Fazil taking on Kakik Brito. Mills, take this one away, break this one down. Mills put us on the MVP card. If you guys are here watching this MVP video about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, Mills told us Namo Fazil is the man, the myth, the legend, and he bought us some cash. Can he do it again this week?
Yeah, man, this is the guy right here, man. Right after he pretty much got out that fight, before he even left the event, he was already doing an interview like, hey, I'm already signed to the UFC. Like, you signed to the UFC? Well, yeah, I'm on the Dana White Contender Series, but, this and that. So I was like, damn, they already got the mention, like, literally, like, in the locker room and stuff on that event. But, yeah, man, this guy's a wild animal, man. He backs it up, pretty boy. You know what I mean? He likes to call everybody pretty boy and shit. 10-1, 5-0. The money line on him ain't too bad. The minute it came out, I had to hop on it. -140. Sign me up, man. This guy starts fast, right? He ain't gonna be able to give Brito time to establish none of his rhythm out there. He brings that type of forward pressure that everybody wants to see in the cage. Tommy McMillan of Afghanistan, if you want to cut him off, man. Man, that's the thing. I think when it comes down to the clinch game, he's going to be able to shine in there as well. He has kicks at all levels, decent power, nice combos, works the body, doable fighter as well. Now his opponent, Kayak Brito, nice, 19-6, 13-2, Octagon champion out there. But he's been fighting guys that's decent, man. The Octagon scene, they don't got those fighters that's coming from that promotion that's going anywhere else, or you know what I mean? So we're like, oh man, I don't want to fight those guys. So that's where he's coming from right now. But I'll be honest, man, I think both these guys should be in the UFC, and this could be one of those to where I think, depending on the fight that they give in this fight, both these guys might get signed to the UFC, win or lose. Brito ain't no punk either. You know what I mean? Decent grappler, can move smooth with his transitions. Shout out to Chris Padilla. He just said, confirmed for my interview this week. All right. But yeah, man, I'm all on Namo Fazil on this one, man. Shout out to Jaden Cable. He had a press conference interview with these guys out there. But yeah, man, I'm all on Namo Fazil on this one. And I think he gets it done under 1.5.
Yeah, this is definitely the best fight we've seen on Dana White Contender Series this year, with intriguing storylines on both sides. Fazil kind of betting on himself, won that last fight on the big MVP card as the prelim main event, and then entered free agency and chose the UFC. Brito is the Octagon MMA welterweight champion. As the UFC, I feel like Octagon has like served as like the new Cage Warriors, like that's the new European regional feeder league. As that's really been the case for the last couple of years. I feel like we've seen a lot of those Octagon MMA guys come over here. Hence why we're getting such a generous price tag here on Namo Fazil. This won't be a walk in the park type of fight. Ask Oban Elliott, as they went to war in their Dana White Contender Series fight. But why I like Fazil outside of his personality is his well-roundedness. He's comfortable on the feet just as much as he's comfortable on the ground. In the MVP fight, he was able to weather an early storm and with supreme confidence in himself find the choke at the end of round 2. It will be his fight to lose here on the Dana White Contender Series. If he comes out here and leans towards the grappling game plan, which is always risky because you don't want to disappoint Dana White. Dana White doesn't want to really sign laying prayers, but that's really not Fazil's game at all. He's more pure entertainment, not only on the mic, but inside the cage. If he's able to win on the day, I definitely think this could be a future star in the UFC. So my pick is going to be Namo Fazil. To go over a review of the picks for me this week, Tanner Trembley by split decision, Muhammad Ali by knockout round 1, Logan Paxton by knockout round 3, Douglas Rodriguez knockout round 2, and then main event, I'm going to go with Namo Fazil by decision, but the more and more as we watch that interview, I think I'm going to lead towards knockout and take his word for it. Mills, would you like to review your picks for this week?
Nah, because I ain't got no graphic. I already went over them on the predictions. Y'all heard me on the bets.
All right, well, Tuesday night fight parlay. You heard Mills' 2-leg parlay. This is my 2-leg parlay. I'm going to go with the 2 Brazilians on the card. We're going to go Muhammad Ali and Douglas Rodriguez minus 110, best odds at Fanatics Sportsbook. If you want to see all the picks and the full analysis, make sure you become a silver and gold member in the Discord or become a premium member for me or Mills. Till next time, Mills, you got any parting words?
Yeah, man, get money. And Dana White Contender Series, don't go too heavy on a Tuesday night and try to, go too heavy because, man, these guys ain't there yet, So some things that you expect the unexpected. With that being said, make sure you guys like and subscribe, become a member over here at Pub Sports MMA.
Yeah, make sure you guys remember to schedule this week. We have the live stream here for Dana White Contender Series on Tuesday night. Wednesday, we have the UFC Sacramento live stream going over all the picks and predictions for that. Thursday is going to be with Millie Mills, PFL Tampa Bay, I believe, Cyborg's retirement fight. And then Friday night is going to be me and Joey DFS going over all the DFS projections for this week. Saturday is the UFC Sacramento live stream. Till next time, we out.